What's up, YouTube? Today I got some S1 racing for you in a vehicle that I've never driven before called the Bowler It's an SUV, alright? We don't need to get into the details. Schmetails, no. We're gonna see what this thing can do. This thing has got a 6.5 liter V12 swap, pushing out over 1,000 horsepower, and this thing weighs in at 3,491 pounds. So this thing is basically a Land Rover that this company took and converted into a rally vehicle. So therefore it is no longer badged as a Land Rover, it is now badged as, that B word. So here we are up into first already. You can see if this thing has any competition and how it performs. I have never driven this thing stock. I just decided to throw the V12 motor in it and go from there. And already missing one of the first checkpoints and dropping all the way down into 7th place behind a Lambo. I will be surely embarrassed if this thing gets outperformed by a Lambo with street tires and street suspension, etc. But there are actually 2 Lambos in this lobby. Farmer Dan is also driving a Lambo, but it is not the type of Lambo that you think. You've probably never seen or heard of this Lambo before, and that will be featured whenever he decides to come into frame here. But for the time being, we are in 5th on the end of the first lap. Seem to be catching up here. On the sharp corner, the side of that house should have a sign that says RIP on it because of all the lives that corner has ruined. And here we have Farmer Dan in his Lambo. That is the LM002. I believe that's what it's called. I have yet to try that, but I will be trying that soon. So you can look forward to that in the future. If you subscribe and hit the bell, you will be notified of my future uploads from that bell, and it also helps the channel grow. It helps to please the algorithm. So shameless little plug there. As we move into 2nd place, the leader is quite far ahead, so we're going to see if this B-word vehicle has what it takes to catch up. So end of the 2nd lap, we got 1 lap left. You can see him just hitting that marker there, so I know I'm close. Let's see if he can hold out under the pressure of being in 1st place when you got someone coming up behind you. And he messes up somehow, and I'm able to catch right up to him. Seems to not have that much grip. I know Farmer Dan was remarking on his tire pressure earlier, because you can actually see his tires just weirdly how they sit. They look deflated. I don't know, this might be some kind of conspiracy. But anyways, still behind him there, he's gaining a little bit of ground. And I reel him back in on that corner. Going for the jump. Gonna try and take an inside line, and again, he has no grip. Look at him slide wide. And I'm taking a nice narrow line. I'm able to get in front of him and take the win in the Bowler. So taking a victory on race number 1, always a good sign. We're going to see how it does on a free roam rush, starting in 4th place behind a Mustang, behind Farmer Dan here in 3rd, and I can't quite tell what the guy in 1st is driving. It might be the same guy from the last race that I just passed on the finish line. He seems to have a lot of power, but not very much handling. And we're all going to hit this bump here. Farmer Dan flying in front of me. And he is going to roll. I'm going to drop down into 6th place. And I'm going to slow that Mustang right down just by parking my fat butt in front of him. Going to lose my spoiler in the process. And going to be leading it for the blue team right now in 5th place. We're going to see how this thing does in terms of top speed on this long straightaway. Gonna cruise through this roundabout onto the highway behind this Jeep. I can't tell if that's the Trail Cat or if that's the other one that has the American flag on the door or whatever. But gonna breeze by him, no problems. 190 miles an hour on the highway. Now sometimes these off-road vehicles tend to struggle with top end but this one is actually not doing too bad. Gonna go through this tunnel, and as you see, the guys up in front of me here are continuing to stay on the highway, but I'm looking for that checkpoint in the sky, and as a result, I'm gonna cut off to the right, because I know if I stay on the highway, I'm not gonna catch them. So my only alternative here is to cut through the fields and try and pass them that way. So you see the guy in first, he's a little bit ahead of me, but I seem to be gaining on him. I'm gonna go through these hay bales. You don't want to hit those. Those are gonna slow you right down and kill all your momentum, so I gotta dodge that. I gotta try and dodge some trees. And looking at the guy in first, I'm gonna see if he's able to mess up or what he's gonna do. And he hits something there. I see his dot come to a complete stop, which reminds me of the houses there, so I'm able to quickly brake and pass him and take first place. So far, 2 out of 2. Pretty happy with those results. We're going to see how we do here on this 3-lap circuit. This is a combination of long turns. It's got a sharp turn. It's got a narrow straightaway. So this is definitely a good test for these types of vehicles. So starting in 9th place, again behind the Mustang. Going to pass him real quick. The Jeep is right behind me, so that one, I think that one is definitely not the Trail Cat, so it's the other one. I don't know what it's called, though. Behind Farmer Dan, just going to pass him there. Going to pass a couple guys by taking that corner very narrow and very close to the wall. Onto this long and sharp corner. Going to take the inside line and pass everyone there. All you have to do in that spot, and in most spots, is just follow the brake line. But since there's so much space on that corner, everyone just gets confused and they don't know where to go and they don't know what they're doing and they just slide all over the place. So I'm able to take advantage of that. And then I hit a tree, so maybe I shouldn't be the one giving advice. Farmer Dan is up ahead of me. Also got an Alfa Romeo and a Dodge Rebel. And he doesn't seem to know where he wants to go. I think he's just going to go off for a leisurely cruise because of all the chaos going on. Again, I'm going to take that corner, very narrow, almost able to pass Farm Dan, but I'm going to back off just so I don't make contact with him. And going to mess up a little bit on that corner, but I'm still going to gain a position up behind the Bentley. And able to mostly keep up with him on the straightaway, and I'm gonna lose my braking zone there, and I'm gonna go a little bit wide. So these guys behind me are right on my tail, Farmer Dan, and I believe, there we go, that Ford Raptor with the low tire pressure. Still behind this Bentley. He's taking the corner very narrow, but he's gonna take that inside pathway, which I probably wouldn't recommend, because you want to take this corner starting from a wide line, and he's going to just be taking it from an extra narrow line, which is going to lose him a ton of speed. So as a result of that, I'm able to gain some ground. I'm able to put some space between us. And final corner, nailing the braking zone almost, and able to take first place. So 3 out of 3 so far. We got race number 4. We're going to see if we can go for a sweep in the Bowler off-road SUV thing. So starting in 4th, and just going to clamber through that stone wall, losing a bunch of momentum. Going to drop down into 6th place. So free roam rush. These are very tricky. And gonna plow into the side of Farmer Dan. He was like, man, someone just T-boned me. I was like, wow, interesting. And he definitely didn't know that was me, so I just kept my mouth shut. But it was me, so sorry for that, Farm Dan. So into 7th place. You can see all the red dots on the upper left-hand side of my map. That doesn't give me all that much confidence that I'm going to be able to catch them. See Farmer Dan up to my right. See all these cars converging in one location. That looks pretty cool. And now cars are flying. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to be number 4. This guy on the right-hand side rolling. So up into 5th place. See all these dots on the map. This is going to be interesting because I know at some point, as with all free roam rushes, we're going to approach a bunch of trees. And now, speak of the devil, look at that right in front of me. This is where things are going to get interesting, and we're going to see a tree doing 70 somersaults right there. only on Forza Horizon, folks. And wise words from Farmer Dan, you cannot turn while you're in the air. So that is also something you have to keep in mind when going through these types of obstacles. Gonna go through this little portion here because it looks like there's less trees. Still gonna find one, but I'm almost near the bottom of this little embankment. Gonna find a clear path, and we're gonna look for the bridge because you cannot cross this section with your vehicle. You will be swimming with the fish. So finding a bridge, just gonna cross it here in third place. 2 red guys in front of me. And this part is very difficult. As you can see, this is a very awkward type of hill to climb. It had rocks right in front, so I had to go over to the left. And luckily finding a little footpath to kind of keep me stable. Finding a couple more trees at the same time. And through this very bumpy and rocky terrain. Not rocky, but whatever. And as you can see, the guy in third place, right on the map, coming right up behind me. There's no way I'm going to be able to hold him off. Ooh, except if I get in front of him by accident. Sorry, buddy. And as a result, taking second place, so not able to get the sweep. But 3 out of 4, I'd say that's a pretty solid result for this vehicle, for something I've never used before. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. And go ahead and leave a comment if you have ever driven this vehicle, or if you have ideas for future vehicles for me to make videos on. But anyways, guys, I'm out. Peace.